Hi, this is Ice333. Currently, it is December 25th or Christmas Day. Okay, in this video, I'm just gonna ramble. A lot of stuff has happened these last 2 weeks. I think my last video I made was on December the 14th. So let's see here. Now, Donald Trump, he rescheduled on marijuana, I believe, on December the 18th, 2025. But like I said, I'm not gonna vote for Donald Trump until the people who invest inside of Donald Trump in his 2018 Farm Bill, their shops are either reimbursed or reopened, because a lot of people, they invest inside of Donald Trump and they don't have anything to show for it. Like, see, I think Jennifer Boozer, the last tweet that she made, she was very, very prevalent on Twitter, and it's like the last tweet that she made was on November the 18th, 2025, and it was in reference to Donald Trump and that him signing that November 13th clean CR bill or whatever, which apparently wasn't so clean. It basically destroyed everyone who invested inside of his 2018 Farm Bill. So, yeah, I'm just gonna sing a little line from that song. It ain't over until it's over. Cause I'm looking at Donald Trump's in the future. I'm looking at these countries that invest inside Donald Trump. That are investing inside Donald Trump now. They're investing like trillions and billions and stuff like that. And Donald Trump has a track record. Like, pretty much, you'll invest inside of him and you'll end up getting messed over. I'm looking at Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels. I'm looking at Julian Assange, who was like, he thought that he was going to get pardoned. He never got pardoned. I think there were rumors that the Republican deep state, they said if you pardon him or whatever, we're going to impeach you. That's what the rumors were saying, but I don't know. I'm just saying allegedly, reportedly. But people that invest inside of him, I mean, even Cory Booker, he basically backs the legalization of marijuana. He was going back and forth with Cash Patel, and he said that basically you do know that Donald Trump has a track record, right? He said you know you're not gonna be I don't think that you're gonna be the FBI director for much longer. But I consider that a threat. But anyway, so like I said, in the future, just like in 1988 or 1999, I mean not 1999. 1988 or 1990, when Donald Trump, I think the transing node to whatever, transing K to it conjoined his ascendant, and pretty much that's when I think he had like these bankruptcies or whatever. My overall point, Donald Trump's chart, it says that he is forced to be king. He is forced to be he's forced to go to the top. He can't just sit. He can't just be at the house, and you can't. He's almost undefeatable, but he's forced to be that way. And I told you the story about the sword of Damocles or whatever. I would never want to be him, because you have to take everything that it comes with. Anyway, let me pause for a second. So let me unpause for a second. My overall point is that there are a lot of countries that are investing inside the United States, and if Donald Trump fucks them over, that's the end of America. That's just that. And so I'm just like, it will be in Donald Trump's best interest to basically show the world that he will back the people that invest inside of him instead of fucking them over. Because yes, he could say that, I did reschedule, not legalize. I did reschedule marijuana, and that was good faith. But there are people who are suffering right now that invested inside of Donald Trump or invest inside of his 2018 Farm Bill and its loophole, and they are suffering right now due to Donald Trump's negligent indifference. So I want to sing this song, and now I'll reiterate: there are countries now that are investing inside the United States. You fuck them over, it's not going to end. So, like I said in my previous video, transing Pluto has entered Aquarius. That shit that Donald Trump did with net neutrality, where he just signed it away. That stuff, he signed it away, and in my opinion, he did it so that companies, in my opinion, reportedly, in my opinion, and allegedly, so companies like Verizon, they could take money and invest inside of 5G. And so that's why Donald Trump got rid of net neutrality. And so he was like, we're going to re-innovate or whatever. But you saw how it ended, right? You saw that the Democrats, they used the fact that net neutrality was gone to basically censor Republicans and maybe some Democrats too, but it seemed like it was mostly Republicans. And basically it costed him the 2020 election, right? Okay. Well, in my opinion, everything I'm saying is my opinion. And so a lot of people were up in arms in regards to net neutrality being repealed, Democrats and Republicans. And like as you see how that ended, right? Okay. So these people that you now have countries investing inside of United States. I would only imagine that in the future Donald Trump's going to need some kind of visual track record besides of what his past shows. So I'm sing a few lines of this song or whatever, and hopefully my voice don't crack, because I tried to do this video one previous time before, my voice cracked like hell. So I'm like, hopefully don't crack this time. I'll probably take a key lower. So, nights stay young, they don't play. Made my last call, don't hold your breath. Every day make something out of nothing. Move a mountain and still keep running. Never calm down, make no mistakes. They can't say, hey, ooh, that my end is on the horizon. When I wake, all I see is the sun rising. Just when you thought I said all there was to say, I get the last word. It ain't over till it's over. Just when you thought I did all there was to do, I give my best to you. Whoa, whoa. Oh, 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 it ain't over till it's over. Whew. My voice cracked a little bit right there, but I can't go back and redo this because I'm like I already said what I need to say in the first part of this video, so it's going to be how it is. Oh, 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 oh. It ain't over till it's over. So I'm done with that. Anyway, so I had this incident. I'm going to ramble a little bit. Had this incident. I went to a local store. This woman, she asked me to read her chart, and I did the best that I could. And she never got back with me. So she got back with me a few times or whatever, just to get a little bit more of I guess a grasp of what I was saying. But at the end of the day, she never really got back with me. So anyway, so that was on what, December the 9th. Let me pause for a second. So yeah, it was on December 9th. That's when it started. I didn't want to read her chart because on the same day I had a progression of Saturn, and so that means that something bad what could have come up in regards to that. And so I think the last message I made to her was on December the 15th, right? And she never really got back with me. I think she said she had caught pneumonia or whatever, and she got sick or whatever. Anyway, days later, on I think December the 19th or whatever. Let me double check real quick. So on December the 18th, 3 days later, apparently, I would say the FBI, but maybe some random man saw me on Twitter or whatever with my 31 followers or whatever, and said, "Oh, can you read my chart?" Anyway, so like I said, I was having a progression of Saturn, and I knew I should not have been reading anyone's chart, because either I could be wrong, or it could lead to something else that caused misery. And so this person, this man, he had this, whoever it was probably this FBI, CIA, or whatever, or it was probably a real person. Maybe I'm just crazy. Anyway, he had the same chart. He had not same chart. Don't say that. He had a similar. His birthday was one day after my ex's birthday, and so I was like, oh my God, and it threw me for a loop. And so I read his chart, and I saw that this person was going through a major depressing period of time. And so I'm just simple like, your focus should be on. Well, I'm not gonna say what was going on, but anyway, this chart, this reading went bad. Now it went bad, and it went so bad that I was like, you know what? because either I got it wrong, either I could. I mean, maybe it was wrong, or maybe I got it right. But it caused me so much despair because it reminded me of my ex, and it reminded me of so much bad stuff that happened um during a period during 2017. And so I was gonna quit astrology, or at least at the bare minimum, quit reading charts because it took me to a dark place. And so I was like, well, you know what? I still need to try to make videos. And so I was looking at my phone. I was like, I'm out of storage. So I went around and started doing odd and end jobs, whatever, trying to get enough money to get like a hard drive. And I need a solid state drive or whatever because I'm making videos on my phone and my computer's about to die, so I probably won't be able to use it that much longer anyway. So it's like, you know what? So I did these odd and end jobs or whatever. My point. And so I didn't get enough money to buy a hard drive or even an SD card. And so I was like, fuck it, I quit because I was already depressed about this situation with this person and what I had to do in regards to this chart reading. And so I was like, fuck it. And so I was saying, it's probably the FBI or whatever. So you know what? I'm gonna give him something to talk about. So I bought like some adult toys. Cause I was like, I was going up and down lists or whatever of like adult toys. I was like, if you want to watch me CIA or whatever, look at this, look at these adult toys or whatever. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna give him something to talk about. And because I was like, I can't buy a fucking hard drive. Everything is fucked up. I'm reminded of the shit that went on inside of my past or whatever. And so I'm like, you know what? Laugh about this. And I bought like 3 stainless steel adult toys. As soon as I bought it. And the thing about it is my chart. Like I said, Donald Trump, I would never be jealous of Donald Trump. I would never be envious of what Donald Trump has because, just like I said, the story about the sword of Damocles. You just look to the story of the sword of Damocles. Anyway, I told you there's something inside of my chart. Pretty much, just like Donald Trump, he is forced to go to the top and be king or be extremely successful. In my chart, I have to learn to let go. Because my chart shows that I can be pure evil. I would do anything and everything to get to the top. Anything and everything. And so, but it shows that it may work out, but it won't be in your best favor. So you have to let things go. And that's when things work out for you. And so I'm just like, I was pissed. I was angry. I was depressed. Just because this was what we had one email. And I mean, I should have known because it was Saturn. I had a Saturn progression going on. But see what Saturn does? It gives you like this inkling of hope that something could be good. Like I saw this chart and I was like, it reminded me of my ex. This person was born one day after my ex. No, not one day after my. Oh no. Their birthday was one day after my ex. Because this person, they're young. They're younger than me. And my ex is older than me. But I was in love with this person. Just desperately in love with this person. With my ex. And the point. So I got this little inkling of hope. I was like, oh my goodness. Now I tried to give this such a positive reading. Because I was like, I see that you're going through going through hell right now. But I'm like, maybe you can get past it. And they asked me, am I doomed? I'm like, you might be. But I'm like, I'm not going to say that. And it some shit happened. And I'm like, anyway. It fucked with me. Took me to a very dark place. Anyway, so my overall point, I had to learn to let go. Instead of just clawing to the top and like just blowing up everything to get what I want. Because that's what I used to do. And I mean, if I don't win, I'll flip the whole table over. And I'm like, and then come at and like, I can be very, very dangerous when I want to be. As a matter of fact, my friend, at one point, it's because I would do anything and everything to win, and I can have a major. I can be, what's the word? Vengeful. There's even anyway, I'm not gonna say that in this video. Anyway, my friend, we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game. And at one point in time, I went to his house or whatever, and we would play Yu-Gi-Oh first. And I beat him because there was a situation where he cheated in one game against when we first met. And I said, you'll never beat me again. I can be evil. I said, you'll never beat me again. I didn't tell him that, but I said, this man will never beat me again. And so I made a Yu-Gi-Oh deck that was so strong that nobody could beat me. And then I tortured this poor guy for like years. I was like, every time somebody would try to trade him a card or whatever, I'll find a better card to trade it to this person and take his card and be like, I got your card. Anyway, I was evil. And so I went to his house one time. We ended up becoming friends. So I went to his house one time, and like, so his brother, we was going to play a game. I think it was Marvel vs. Capcom, some old game, too, or something like that. And so his brother, he asked him, how good was I at playing at games? This boy called me Sephiroth. And see, I don't play video games. I don't know anything about video games and in the gaming industry or whatever. He called me Sephiroth. I didn't know who the hell Sephiroth was. Now I know. Sephiroth is like the most iconic villain inside of gaming history. And I'm like, I didn't know. I was like, who? I asked who's that? He said, don't worry about it. And this his brother. And so I picked in this game Marvel vs. Capcom, I think Phoenix, Magneto, and some other character. This boy, his brother, he was fighting me. He did not hold. He took me out in less than 15 seconds. I was like, I don't even know how to play. I'm like, I don't know how to play. He's like, he was like, yeah, you don't know how to play, huh? Okay, whatever. I was like, okay, I quit. And so I still didn't get my revenge on this guy, but still, maybe I'll get it one day. But anyway, what was my point? Let me pause for a second. My point was that in regards to letting go. So I bought those stainless steel adult toys. I get home, and so it's like I let go because I was like, "Fuck it, God! If you're gonna make it happen, make it happen." So I get home, and apparently I have a relative. I told her don't send me anything else because I mean, like, everything is just a mess, and I'm like, I don't need anything else right now. It's just anyway. I was depressed. Apparently, out of nowhere, she sent me some money, and it was just enough money to get a hard drive for this phone. And I'm like, I sent her a message back saying thank you so much. I really need this at this point in time. And she was like, oh well, you told me not to say anything, but I was thinking about you, so I'm like, here you go. And I'm like, thank you. I needed it, and I'm gonna cash this or whatever. And I'm gonna buy this immediately. And I'm like, okay, God, I guess you want me to continue this YouTube channel or whatever, because I was pissed off. Anyway, so, and weirdly enough, my progressed moon is opposite transit Saturn. Not. Anyway, it's my progressed moon is doing something very, very weird right now, and I don't know if it's good or bad. And I may sound crazy as hell right now. It's 18 minutes into this video. Look, I mean, or I may sound crazy right now. I don't really care. I'll get to the astrology in a minute. So, another reason why I bought these stainless steel adult toys. Let me talk about something more interesting. So, I had an incident with a rat in this house, and so a rat, squeak squeak, and so pretty much this damn rat was tearing up all my shit, and like he chewed some wire to my computer, and so I was pissed off at this rat. But I was like, you know what? I don't really want to kill these a living thing or this little rat or whatever. And so but when he finally chewed up my computer cord, I was like, I gotta kill this little bitch. And so I bought some rat poison. Keep in mind, I'm broke. And so I bought some rat poison. And so I put it out, and this rat poison was like what, $18, and I'm broke. I spent everything I had to try to get rid of this rat because it was destroying my house. I think it was 2 rats. What? I'll tell the rest of the story. But anyway, so I thought it was 1 rat at first, and so I bought some rat poison. I had the money to buy it, but I bought it, put it around the house. This motherfucker ate it all up, and so I waited a few days. Still kept hearing dog on squeaks inside the house and shit running around inside the house. And so at the time I had a dog inside the house, and something happened to the dog months ago. But anyway, so I had dog food inside the house. So this rat would go in there and just take dog food, and apparently it hid it under my refrigerator, but I didn't notice. And so one night I'm just hearing shit running around inside my house or whatever. And so, and I mean, I already had put the rat poison out. It had been like 2 weeks or whatever, 3 weeks. I'm like, the rat should have been dead by now, but like, no. I walk inside of my kitchen. It's nighttime. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And I have a flashlight inside of my hand and my pistol inside of my hand, my Glocks 17. And so I'm looking around the house or whatever. And so I look under my refrigerator. And this rat with the flashlight, because you can't see it inside the daytime, what's where and what. And so apparently this rat was stealing my dog's dog food and putting it under the refrigerator, using my refrigerator as his own refrigerator, mind you. And then he had a fucking wall, like a palace of dog food, just stacked on top of it was anyway. He had dog food stacked. How can I describe this? It's like, what's that duck name? That rich duck. Let me pause. Let me get his name. Okay, so apparently this duck's name is Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck. And so he had this place inside of his house. He was so rich that he would just jump in this pool of these gold coins. He was so rich. And so this fucking rat, he had a fucking wall of dog food under my refrigerator. And this motherfucker, he reached over, grabbed one dog food pellet, pulled it to his stomach, and I swear this motherfucker smiled, and fucking just started chewing it to the dog food pellet, and then rolled into a ball and just started just, and it's like he was like, "You can't touch me, squeak squeak squeak." And I'm like, I've been trying to get rid of this rat for months, and anyway, I shot the fuck out of that rat. I shot the fuck out of that rat. I'm sorry. I tried to be good. This motherfucker. So I hit him. I severed his vertebrae. You can say I blew his head off, but I didn't. I severed his vertebrae. So I had these little tweezer things, and I pulled them from under the refrigerator because it's very, very hard to get to. He was just sitting he knew I couldn't get to him. I couldn't touch him. It's like, you can't touch me. And I'm like, I shot the fuck out of that damn rat. Got him right on his neck, severed his fucking vertebrae. And I didn't want to do it. And mind you, I didn't. I kind of had a little. Look, I spent money to get rid of this little fucker, so I kind of took a little joy in seeing the fact that this little motherfucker, he actually pissed himself, and I'm like, I'm sorry, animal cruelty. That's a rodent. That's a pest, and I tried to get it with. I went around the house with a bat, beating into the walls to try to run him off. He wouldn't leave. I had some mothballs at one point. He wouldn't leave. I had some rat poison. He wouldn't die. And so that was the only way I could get rid of him. Sorry. And so as soon as I shot this from a little motherfucker, apparently another one ran from behind the refrigerator and tried to get away too. I shot it, but I missed it because it was just moving. I was like, ooh. And so my point. What was my point? Oh, so my point. So apparently, I take him outside and I make sure that it's dead. Anyway, so I take it outside and I make sure it's dead. So days later, I hear a little scratching noise. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get your little ass to the second one that got away. So my friend who committed suicide, all the way back in 2017, she owned a pawn shop. She sold all this pawn stuff, or whatever. But also she sold adult movies. And she sold adult toys. And she sold adult toys. And before she closed down or whatever, because she closed down, I think, around 2016 because she had a car accident. Right? No, I think she started closing down around 2013, 2014. Anyway, the point. So with some of her stuff, she gave me some of her stuff. Let me pause a second. But so she gave me some of her stuff, whatever. I can't show anything on YouTube or whatever. Maybe I can, but I'm like, whatever. But anyway, I'll probably show these right here. some old cuffs or whatever. But the other stuff I can't show. But I mean, honestly, I prefer these cash tail. Let me stop. This man locked my ass up for real. I haven't done anything illegal. But if cash tail wants to get some kinky stuff or whatever. Because what I was gonna do when I bought those stainless steel adult toys, pretty much I was gonna add a note to it saying for Cash Patel, and I'm waiting. Sign Astrology, Ice Blues into 3, the God of Astrology. Merry Christmas. And so I was gonna have it so that it was like I'm waiting for our little encounter. Cash Patel. I got the what do you call it? These are fake ones. The love cuffs. And the real ones. I'm gonna probably fuck myself up. He's gonna probably say, oh, you know what, you about to get him. Anyway. So the point. I bought the stainless steel adult toys because apparently days later I was hearing scratching noises in my back room or whatever, and pretty much the adult toys that my friend had gave me, this rat apparently went back there and chewed it up. And I'm like, what the? And I don't. Well, okay. Let me see here. How much? How I say this? I don't use toys. I'm not. I mean, I am kind of kinky, but those haven't been used in like a long time. So it's like I was just whatever. So I do some freaky shit. So anyway, but so I'm like, you know what? I want to get something to replace that. I'm already pissed off about this situation with that email. And it's like I'm not gonna be doing any more chart readings anymore because it's like that I don't like to get inside of people's situations. And that was like the worst case scenario for me to hear some shit that this person did or whatever. I'm like, I don't. That's why I don't ask anybody what they what they want to read about, because I don't want to get too personal. And this guy, he put me inside a situation where I'm like, okay, I gotta report your ass. So. My point. Let me pause a second. So I bought those adult toys for whoever's watching me, in regards to the CIA or the FBI, giving them something to talk about, or I might use them. Who knows? That'll be fun. But I already had some adult toys already at the house anyway, for my friend or whatever. Anyway, oh yeah, and somebody might be saying like, I thought you were like so holy and with the Bible and stuff like that. Look. God knows what I do. And I want to stop it right there. They over there popping with them. I'm like, okay, you know what? Anyway, I'm not gonna bring God into this. This is me getting my revenge on your fucking ass. I bought those adult toys for Cash Patel whenever he pops up or whatever. I want to have him just laying out like a Diddy situation, and some handcuffs too. I'm waiting, Cash Patel, because my chart does show that for some reason he might end up there might be a situation between me and him regarding some kind of investigation, or maybe some kinky stuff. Who knows? Matter of fact, this ring, you know that I'm gonna say aquamarine, amethyst. Amethyst is the stone for Pisces, and you know, Cash Patel is a Pisces. But just so you know, I've already said this in a previous video or whatever. I got this ring from a Pisces whose birthday is the same day as Cash Patel's, as a matter of fact. So, go figure. Another thing is that I had a previous ex whose birthday is one day after the friend who gave me this ring and Cash Patel's. This person, they were born on, I think, February 26th. I think Cash Patel's born on February 25th. And the preacher friend who gave me this ring, they were born on February the 25th as well. So a lot of synchronicities. Another thing, in regards to Donald Trump, it's weird that Donald Trump, there are a lot of significant people inside of Donald Trump's circle that are born friends and enemies on around September the 11th. Even that event, September 11th, right? No, October. Sorry, October 11th and 14th. Between those dates. Let me pause a second. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that Gavin Newsom's birthday is on October 10th. And that's also one day before Donald Trump's father's birthday. Fred C. Trump's birthday is on October 11th, which is that's Donald Trump's father's birthday. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, her birthday is on October 13th. Charlie Kirk's birthday is on October 14th. And George Floyd's birthday is on October 14th. And also my ascendant, Spica, is conjunct that point inside the sky as well. It makes a trine. Wow, why is it so bright in here? It makes a trine to Donald Trump's I think his natal sun. Let me pause for a second to double check. Yeah, so it makes a trine to Donald Trump's Gemini sun inside of his 10th house. So it brings him like some kind of kingship or whatever. Especially via media. So let me see here. What was that? I forgot why I stopped it. Let me pause a second. Okay, so I think I said that. Pretty much also, in reference to my last video that I made, it is so long. This video is so long. Anyway, but I said that Gavin Newsom, he may be disappointed about the results of the 2028 election, but I have to re-review that because the thing about it is that for Gavin Newsom, his progressed Jupiter, it's making an aspect to his Saturn. His progressed Saturn. His progressed Jupiter is making that progressed aspect to his progressed Saturn. Why his progressed Moon is conjoining his progressed Saturn. So it's like this. It's like this for some reason. It's my prediction in regards to Gavin Newsom losing the 2028 elections. It's not really set in stone. Anything can happen. Anything because Jupiter's involved inside of that. So yeah. And lastly, in regards to my ramble, let me pause a second though. Okay, in one of my last videos or whatever, I made. Let me pause another second. Okay, in regards to my video that I made on Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact. No, I think it was a day after Thanksgiving, the 29th. No, it was on Thanksgiving. Basically, there was this video titled ASMR Psycho Aunt Ruins Thanksgiving, The Final Battle. Karuna Satori ASMR. Let me spell her name out just in case you want to go back and watch it. It's KARUNA SATORI ASMR. The video was made on November 24th, 2022. And here's just if you can see it, if you want to go and find it. And here's the actual video, name of the video right here. Okay, was that? They should be able to get it. But anyway, this video. I said in my video that I think I made on Thanksgiving or whatever, I said that in that video, this girl, she mentioned the Bible, she mentioned tarot cards, and she mentioned marijuana. And like I said, in that tarot card reading, she did the worst tarot card reading for somebody that's a person can get. And then also she said on December 25th that she had a surprise for us. And I can't look at the news right now because I'm recording, and it's currently it's currently 1:33. 1:33. 33. It's currently 1:33 in the evening. But she said that she had it was made in 2022. I referenced that video. My point in that video. Let me pause it because I can't. It's so much stuff. The world. Okay, but in that video, I referenced that video because everything that's going on right now, I'm dealing with in some form, way, or fashion. I just did that astrology reading that I did for this person or whatever. That was like the worst astrology reading that I think I've done for a person ever. But it also caused me a lot of depression. I'm talking about Jennifer Boozer shopping, marijuana being rescheduled. The Bible. I've already went back and forth in regards to the Bible or whatever. Tarot cards. I've already done several tarot card readings or whatever. Oh my god, I gotta do that inside this video too. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I was going inside this video. I was gonna do a not a reading, but a rundown in regards to my opinion about a specific suit of tarot cards, whatever, the suit of cups. But I'll probably do that later on, probably tomorrow. But anyway, so and there was one more thing that she referenced in that video. She said that somebody's going to die, and weirdly enough, this relative around here that I'm very, very irritated with or whatever, they have the same name as she has the same name as the name that she mentions inside this video. She said it's the synchronicities are crazy. I know I sound crazy right now, but I'm just trying to get as much. I'm trying to ramble as much as I can, because this is gonna probably be like some kind of like a documentary in regards to me predicting the Charlie Kirk assassination, and pretty much me trying to predict the results of the future elections in reference to the midterm elections and the 2028 elections or whatever, because I did already predicted the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and apparently the government reopening on November 13th, 2025. But I thought it was going to be something bigger in regards to Bill Clinton, and something being similar to his impeachment, which it could lead to, or some kind of similar situation, being that Bill Clinton has the same astrology as the Monica Lewinsky scandal / impeachment that's happening now. Is that everything? And so let's see. I think my overall point in regards to buying the adult toys that I wanted to leave a note for what's his name, Cash Patel, to tell him that I'm waiting, Cash Patel. you wanna do some kinky stuff? Let me stop. This man might pop and lock myself for real. He just like leaving my astrology, but I bought the Stand Still adult toys because like the rat chewed at my old toy. Oh, not my old toys. The ones I don't really use, but my old toys or whatever. And it's like, you know what? I kept it as like a reminder of my friend who committed suicide. And it's like the rat was like, you killed my friend, so I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna mess with you. I'm gonna kill yours, or some kind of revenge situation. As another matter of fact, so this situation happened last week. So this rat is still inside the house. I'm waiting to get a chance to shoot this little rat too. But so I had this banana on my bed. A banana on my bed. I'm talking about adult toys. That was planning on eating with my mouth, not something else. But I had this banana on my bed, and so I was gonna eat it. I was drinking at the time, and so I'm up here just doggone. I'm probably like just trying to go to sleep or trying to meditate or whatever. And so I probably kicked it off my bed. But I was like, I heard someone say thump on the ground, and I hear something like moving the floor. I'm like, okay, what the world? So I get up, and I'm looking on the bed for the banana because I was like ready to eat it or whatever with my mouth, with my mouth, with my mouth, Cash Patel, with my mouth. But if you want to come over, Cash Patel, it's Christmas. Anyway, but so it must have fell off the bed or whatever, the banana. A banana. Anyway, so I'm looking around for this damn banana with a flashlight, trying to find a banana that fell off the bed, and I'm like, I know a rat is not gonna. It was a it was a big banana. It was like a huge banana. It was like this big. It was big right here. And so I know. I was like, I know this rat can't move this big ass banana. And so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I probably ate it. I'm probably just too drunk. And so I wake up the next morning, and so apparently at the foot of my damn bed, at the foot of my bed, this fucking rat left half the banana with chew marks on it at the foot of my damn bed. And I'm like, this motherfucker. He was like saying, you killed my friend. Here, you can have half this banana. I had your banana the whole time. Because I had your banana the whole damn time. Because I went up and down this damn house looking for this banana. I couldn't find it. I spent at least like a good like 15, 30 minutes looking for this damn banana. And it's like this little fucking rat had this fucking banana. And I'm like, this happened. This banana incident happened before the It happened around the same time that I had received the email from the I'll say the FBI Indian guy or whatever. But so it was a fucking situation. I'm like this. I know damn well this rat is not strong enough to move a big ass banana, and hide it some damn where I can't see it. Where it dragged to a damn hole. I'm like look, I'm like bitch. I'm not Tom and you ain't Jerry. I would shoot your ass too. I know that sounds crazy as shit. This shit happened. I don't know how. Well, I mean, I already told you I had got me purchasing that tarot card deck with a $20 bill that had witchcraft symbols on it. A regular person was like, that shit did not happen. And I got the pictures to prove it. I got the people at my local store to prove it, that the shit actually happened. Like weird shit is just happening inside of my life. Just weird shit. And so anyway, this banana incident. So it was one of the reasons why, and this rat chewing up the adult toys inside my back room. It was the reason why I ended up buying some stainless steel adult toys. And I also around the same time I just gave up on astrology. I was like, I'm not gonna do this shit anymore. And then I let it go, and I ended up right back here. And in regards to me finding a way to get additional storage on my phone. I probably sound crazy as shit right now. Because I'm like, it's just, I've already tried to make this video one time already, and it's a long video. So let me see here. And that was just me rambling. So let's see here. I probably sound crazy as shit. I'm so sorry. So let's see here. I guess right now I'm gonna go over what has happened previously. Since December the 14th, which was my last video, or whatever. So on December 13th, 2005, I think there was a shooting at Brown University. And on December 15th, 2025, there's a Massachusetts Institute of Technology shooting as well. And I think it was the same perpetrator. His name was Claudio Manuel Neves Valente. There are 4 deaths and 9 injured. And the weapon used was two 9mm handguns, not an AR-15. And I repeat, not an AR-15. Democrats. This led to Donald Trump suspending. It led to the suspension of the Diversity Immigrant Visa Program. Jesus Christ, this is so much information. I don't even feel like talking about it. Do I have the important stuff written here? Yeah. Okay. A lot of information. So on December 15th, Donald Trump, he posted a funny Truth Social post. And yes, it was funny to me. In regards to Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner being killed by their son. Oh my God, you're laughing at their deaths? Look, these people killed Charlie Kirk. I mean, these people, in my opinion, due to their verbiage or whatever, and their political agenda, whatever, they killed Charlie Kirk, in my opinion. So Donald Trump, he posted a funny Truth Social post about Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner being killed by their son, and he said in my opinion, he said it was reportedly due to Trump derangement syndrome. Many people were appalled by Trump's post, but a lot of people celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. Even Tim Walz, in my opinion, and reportedly, said that there will be some news soon regarding Trump before Charlie Kirk's assassination. And I think he made this he made this statement during a Labor Day get together or whatever, where he was talking to a crowd of people, where he said that there was a lot of news coming out that Donald Trump was deceased or dead or whatever. And pretty much Trump was like, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. And this was it September the 1st or August the 1st? But Tim Walz, he said that there'll be some news soon regarding something. This is before Charlie Kirk's assassination. Also around this time, James Comey was making weird posts in reference to Taylor Swift's new orange colored album. And let's not forget that and let's not forget about the newly released orange iPhone, which was released on a day that Trump was almost had, which was released around the time that Donald Trump almost had 2 plane incidents. Jesus. Is there anything else? And lastly, they called, not to forget that they called Charlie Kirk's funeral a Nazi rally. So for Donald Trump to sit up and post something about somebody that's pretty much said some bad stuff about him, I just don't care. And let me just reiterate that for my last videos or whatever, on September 16th, 2025, there was almost a plane accident or almost a plane collision that happened in regards to Donald Trump and I think Spirit Airlines or whatever. And then let's see here, on September the 18th, 2025, Donald Trump and their helicopter, they had to make an emergency landing due to a hydraulic issue. I think that on September the 19th, 2025, I think Taylor Swift, she announced that there will be some kind of upcoming movie in regards to the release of her orange colored album. And I think also the iPhone 17 was to be shipped on September 19th, 2025. And this is around the time I said Donald Trump, he was having all this stuff going on with the plane issues. And then also Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September the 10th. And his funeral was on September 21st, 2025. And there was also around the time, there was also on the day of an eclipse. And also don't forget that Mr. Joshua, he made a prophecy saying that the rapture was going to be on September the 23rd or the 24th. Okay, let me continue. Also, around on September 23rd or 24th, the United Nations, there's a United Nations. Let me pause this. I can't get my words out. Okay, let me try this again. Around September 23rd, there's a United Nations General Assembly, and its escalator stopped. And pretty much it almost caused Melania Trump and Donald Trump to fall while going up the escalator. And also, the mic didn't work for most of Donald Trump's speech. Additionally, the teleprompter did not work as Donald Trump was making his speech at the United Nations General Assembly. This is on September 23rd and 24th. Okay. And this is, like I said, this is around the time that they were saying that they claimed that Charlie Kirk's funeral would look like a Nazi rally. And some people were saying that Erica Kirk looked evil or whatever with her makeup, and they said that she was fake crying or whatever. Okay, so moving on to December 16th. Apparently, Candace Owens, she had to sit down with Erica Kirk because there's been a lot of drama going on with Candace Owens and her reportedly questioning the whole Charlie Kirk's death situation. And I don't really care about that. But what was important was the timeline of events that Candace Owens, she said. Let me pause a second. So what was important to me was the timeline of events that led to Charlie Kirk's death, and how what Tyler Robinson, he knew exactly where Charlie Kirk will be situated at. And so let's see here. Is that written down here? So the timeline is via Candace Owens. She says that on August 27th, 2025, TPUSA plus UVU in a local BYU chapter shared a graphic that Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. And this is on Candace Owens' video titled, Erica and I Sat Down, and This Is What Happened. Candace episode 280. And it was posted on December 16, 2025. The timestamp is 51 minutes and 10 seconds. Where she gives the she gives the timeline of the release of where Charlie Kirk will be situated at. So the next portion of the timeline is on September in regards to the news being released at where Charlie Kirk will be situated at. She said, Candace Owens, she said that on September 2nd, 2025, it was the first time local media, KMYU, they mentioned Charlie Kirk was speaking in the courtyard, establishing Charlie Kirk's exact location. This lines up with the progression shown for the Vance family and Trump Jr. And see, I tried to warn them all the way back in early August via several videos and tweets and posts. And I think I said that I think that the astrology that lined up with Charlie Kirk's with this timeline is, I think that on August 27th, 2025, I think that I said that Trump Jr., his progressed ascendant will conjoin his progressed Saturn. And I said that was gonna be a very, very depressing time for Trump Jr. This is posted all the way back, I believe, on August 23rd in my videos. I forgot what the title of the video was, but it's there. And then also I said that the Vance family, I think that JD Vance on September the 2nd or whatever, I think that he was gonna have a progression to Mars. I think that Pete Hegseth, he was gonna have a progression to Uranus on, I think, September 4th, 2025. And that's so Mars means for JD Vance anger, an angering event. Uranus means a shocking event for Pete Hegseth. And I think for Usher Vance, she had a progression to Mars on the 5th of September 2025. And that's just anger. And I think Taylor Swift, she had a progression to her sun, and that's the ego boost. And I think that Charlie Kirk, he was assassinated on September the 10th, 2025. So let's see here. Also, let's see here. On December 17, 2025, Dan Bongino, he tweets that he would be leaving his position in the FBI in January. And I think I said in my last video that in my last two videos, posted on, I think, December the 14th and December the 4th, I forgot now. I said that pretty much I received a tweet from Dan Bongino. I looked at it, and then as soon as I clicked the tweet or whatever, it's like one of my other phones, it started talking and said that I cannot be silent any longer. And so I'm like, look, Dan Bongino, you want to send me some money because I'm broke. And so apparently, maybe it was the FBI watching me or the CIA watching me. They were trying to mess with me or whatever. And there was like they were trying. I don't know. But so I guess you could say that I predicted that Dan Bongino would leave the FBI and go back to his TV show and start talking. I don't know. I don't care. That's the end of that? Okay. Okay, let me pause for a second because there's something else I need to look at. Okay. And then on, I think, December 18th, 2025, I think that's when Donald Trump, he rescheduled marijuana from a class 1 drug to a class 3 drug. And like I said, I don't really care about that until basically the people that invested inside of Donald Trump, they get either reimbursed or something something happens that's good for them. Because in the future, like I said, Donald Trump's going to be put inside of survival mode. And right now he can actually basically reimburse these people. Let me pause a second because I'm just tired. Okay, so I think I was saying that pretty much Donald Trump needs to reimburse these people that invest inside of him in this 2018 Farm Bill, because it will show anybody else in the future that invests inside of him that he will back them up. Because like I said, looking at Julian Assange and him, and anyway, I'm not gonna go there anymore. Looking at Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels. Looking at Donald Trump's overall track record, even Cory Booker, who was pushing for legalization of marijuana, he told Cash Patel, you have seen Donald Trump's track record, right? And I mean, I can't. So Donald Trump needs to figure out a way to reimburse these people, these businesses. I mean, let me say this right: these businesses that invest inside of Donald Trump in the 2018 Farm Bill, okay? Because we have countries that are investing trillions inside of Donald Trump in his country, and if that fails, the United States fails. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And I mean, I'm looking at Jennifer Boozer. It's like she hasn't made any more tweets or posts since her November 18th, 2025 post referencing the November 13th bill that was signed by Donald Trump that basically destroyed that destroyed everything that she was working for. Okay, because like I said, in the future, Donald Trump's going to go through the same situation where he's going to be put inside of survival mode, and it'll be not just like Donald Trump is touting the fact that he blew up the nuclear facility inside of Iran. He can also go back and tout the fact that he did help out the businesses that invested inside of him and his 2018 Farm Bill. Not just, oh, I'm gonna reschedule marijuana, and there's your little scrap of shit. Okay. Like I said, Donald Trump's not gonna be too happy about the midterm elections or whatever. Let me see here. Ooh, I should have put that on camera. Let me see here. There's one more thing I need to get to. That's Erica Kirk and Nicki Minaj. But I'm gonna try to see if I can get all this stuff done. I can't. Let me pause a second. While I'm looking for these cards, though, I'm gonna say that any RX company that Trump is touting, like the Trump RX situation, I'm not taking that shit. Why? I've seen what's happened with COVID-19, and pretty much that was a disaster in regards to these vaccines or whatever. And then Donald Trump Donald Trump, he basically he's endorsing AstraZeneca, or he's letting AstraZeneca be a part of his Trump RX situation. They got AstraZeneca, in my opinion, and reportedly got sued and kicked out of Europe. Why the hell would I sit up and try to put that shit inside of any? I won't give that shit to my damn fucking. I will give it to my to my relative that I'm pissed off at right now, but I won't give it to my worst enemy. But she's just she's almost like a little fucking rat. She's like a little rodent. But anyway, she's a problem. But in my opinion, but I would never kill a person. Let me see here. Damn, how can I find this card? But so my point is that I would not take anything that Donald Trump is touting. I mean, I remember everything that's happened with this whole situation with COVID-19 and those vaccines. And I've seen I've seen the side effects, or how they renamed side effects to adverse events. I mean, how shit got so fucking bad, they had to rename a medical fuck up. I mean, like, the hell. They had to make it sound more they had to make it sound better to the ear. How can I find this card? So let me pause for a second. Well, okay, I couldn't find a card. I just want to do a suit of cups reading or whatever, because I'm like, maybe that happened for a reason. Anyway, let me finish off my lore like this, and then we're gonna do a card reading for a card of. Anyway, let me finish my lore. So apparently, I think around the 21st of December or whatever. Let me pause a second. Okay, I don't know if my previous I don't know if I was previous talking about the rescheduling of marijuana, but pretty much I forgot to say that Trump is also saying that he's going to focus on having robots inside the United States and stuff like that, which is going to cause people to lose their jobs. But he also said that he doesn't want the stuff. He doesn't care about marijuana and all this other stuff. And I think Donald Trump doesn't like the thought of marijuana being inside the United States or whatever, or being legalized. Is because his brother, I think his name is Fred C. Trump Jr. He died due to alcoholism. I think he died via a heart attack. And so I think that's why Trump doesn't want anything to do with alcohol, and he also he tells his children not to drink alcohol either. But I believe that people have different fates, and something just happen just for a reason. Just closed. So let me get the rest of my lore in regards to my point in regards to this. But reportedly, there are rumors that Steve Jobs he used psychedelics and other kinds of drugs. There's also reports that Elon Musk allegedly uses like ketamine and stuff like that too. He uses drugs as well, and those are considered some of the top um, scientists or entrepreneurs or whatever you want to call them in the world right now. Who are they're billionaires, but they're also considered to be smart. Yeah, they use drugs, and I'm still thinking about marijuana. So that was my point there. Um, and I mean the thing about it is that, like I said, the midterm elections, Donald Trump he may not have a leg to stand on. I mean, he rescheduled marijuana, but I'm like I am not going to risk go out and vote and risk my life for the same old stuff, the same old politics that we've been dealing with for the longest. And so I was watching Tim Pool the other day. He was like, "There's a lot of people. There's a lot of Republicans saying that they're not gonna go out and vote and yada yada. They're gonna just stay at home. It's like that. Why would I vote? Because the thing about it is that you already know that pretty much. Looking at Zoran Mandami, he won inside New York. The Republicans lost big, even though it's supposed to be a big year in regards to the Democrat in regards to Republicans winning because Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And like I said, in the future, there may be a prominent Democrat that may be assassinated around February 17th. That's when there will be an eclipse that's exactly opposite Donald Trump's ascendant. And see, an eclipse that was conjunct Donald Trump's ascendant was what killed Charlie Kirk. So he, like I said, Donald Trump may not have his leg to stand on. And then I'm saying that the 2028 elections, they made something weird could come up with that too, because I didn't notice that Gavin Newsom, he has a progressed Jupiter aspect to his Saturn. So whatever, something good and bad can happen. I don't know. I know that Kamala Harris would be shocked, but I got to relook at everything. Everything has to be really. Well, I would have to know like pretty much who is all going to be running, who is going to be running for president, and who's going to be running against whatever. Anyway, and then in regards to the rescheduling of marijuana as well. You saw how when Trump rescheduled when Trump signed away net neutrality, you saw that in the end, Donald Trump was basically begging to get net neutrality back, right? Okay. I will be doing the best I can to just try to have a literal leg to stand on, because pretty much it is easy to go back to how things were with the Democrats being in control, and you'll be in a way worse position. So and the people who followed you and the people who supported you. So be a good idea to set up and reimburse some of these businesses that invest inside of you, especially when you have countries now that are investing inside of you and you have a track record. That's all I'm saying. And I'm thinking about net neutrality, thinking about Julian Assange, thinking about Michael Cohen. Anyway. And like I said, Elon Musk, they say he reportedly uses some kind of drugs. Steve Jobs, they say that he reportedly used some kind of drugs. Anyway. So let's see here. What else am I looking at in regards to my notes or whatever? Oh, and in regards to the future or whatever, looking at this Epstein situation or whatever, and this apparently probably CIA situation, people are still thinking about the 9/11 situation. And so you have Iranian people that are killing Americans right now. And I'm like, let it come out that 9/11 was some kind of CIA inside job or whatever. You that in that form way of fashion, you would end up not form way of fashion. In that incident or precedent, you would have a lot of ex-soldiers who will become Iranian sympathizers. You already have some sympathizers already in regards to the regular citizens. And so that could also lead to the destruction of the United States. So uh, I'm just saying that this Epstein situation could lead to a whole another rabbit hole in regards to just other stuff just unraveling like 9/11. And you'll create sympathizers. And I and Iran and it's Islamic I don't know situation. It's crazy. Let me see here. Mm-mm-mm. So is that everything before I start doing this tarot reading, whatever? Let me pause for a second. Reimbursement is people that invested inside of the 2018 Farm Bill. I forgot to say that also on December 19, 2025, the interstellar comet 3I Atlas made it pass by Earth. And this is the same day that the Epstein files were supposed to be released in reference to the Epstein Transparency Act. Let me see here. Also around this time, I think that Sean Ryan did an interview with Hunter Biden as well. Let's see here. Pause one more second. Okay, now I want to get to my not main, but one of the points that I was trying to make in regards to Erica Kirk doing a interview with Nicki Minaj, which was like the main surprise that happened at the TPUSA gathering or whatever. I forgot. I don't know the name of it. I just know that Erica Kirk, she had an interview with Nicki Minaj. Anyway, that was a nice interview until Nicki Minaj said something about assassination and JD Vance. But I wish that Nicki Minaj she would have stood a little bit more firm in regards to her stances on trans people in general, because she's gonna get a lot of backlash from and she is getting a lot of backlash from that. And so anyway, and I say that because pretty much I'm not against trans people. I'm against trans, or I'm against trans, the trans agenda in regards to the children. If Nicki Minaj said y'all can do whatever hell y'all want to do to y'all genitalia or whatever, as if you're 21 and older. But for our children to be seeing this, that is not right. So okay, now I can just move on from that. Oh no, actually no, I can't. So I was watching this other this other YouTuber, whatever. This other YouTuber. He was saying that Grindr, they had an outage in the area of where the people had this gathering at, in regards to this whole, I think it's TPUSA gathering and whatever. And so he was he was saying that there were so many LGBT people there that he said there was a freaking outage. And he said that this was that place supposed to be, I can't talk right. That place supposed to be full of people who are Christians and stuff like that. They had an outage at Grindr inside because of that area right there. There were so many people there that was on Grindr. They had an outage. That was kind of funny. And then the next you know, there was a power outage inside of California. Days later, or a day later, or whatever. I don't care. So is that it? Let me pause a second. But to my overall point, what's wrong with letting these business owners know that you see them by making sure that they don't fail? In the further future, countries will see how you back the people who invested in you. And I'm Donald Trump, and I'm referencing Jennifer Boozer and all these hemp companies that invested inside of the 2018 Farm Bill and this loophole. Anyway, so I think I'm going to move on to talk about these tarot cards or whatever. I'm going to end this with basically saying what how my career situation has been. But let me pause for a second. Okay, so here's the tarot card right here. I'm going to try to do this quickly. So the One of Cups. God/universe gives a drink of hopes, wishes, and dreams, and medicines, poisons, and lies. Let me pause for a second. Now, see, the Suit of Cups, it means that pretty much it's hopes, wishes, and dreams overflowing. And so I say this because pretty much I'm looking at people that invest inside the United States, people that are investing inside Donald Trump. And so, dreams, hopes, wishes, the American dream, right? The American dream. In my opinion. Okay, so the Two of Cups. The drink of hopes and hope the drink of hopes, wishes, and dreams is contemplated over as it is a medicine, cure, or blessing, and yet also a curse. But it also causes man to act beastly with the egotistical prideful, which would cause losses. Thinking of Donald Trump too, being that his ascendant Lord is like a Leo. But it's also a medicine, it's a curse and a blessing. I probably sound all out of sorts and crazy as hell, but I'm just trying to get through this now because I got so much to do now. Okay, so the Three of Cups. A dilemma is created. You're given a problem that must be solved. The drink of hopes, wishes, and dreams is given. However, the drink of hopes, wishes, and dreams is given. However, and it gets abused. And women boastfully dance pridefully and gleefully. Drunkenness in a circle. What was first a medicine becomes an alternate state of being. A poison that induces an ego-driven desire for more than what is in its reality. A curse and a blessing. Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. The universe offers you an extra drink of hopes, wishes, and dreams as an enticement. Come on, have some fun. However, you don't want the drink for reasons only belongs to yourself. Maybe it's a lie, a false sense of hope. Oops. An impossible dream slash wish. It's a waste of time. Maybe it's just the fact of possible abuse and overindulgence to the point of loss. How it makes you act beastly, prideful, when there's nothing to be proud of. There's nothing there. Where will you? Let me see here. Where you will end up if you drink slash take the risk. The results you have seen with others and how they've ended up fakes failure. Either way, you don't want anything to do with it. It's a poison in your eyes. Just another lie. What it offers is not real. It's a dream. However, you can say the same thing about the American dream. And I mean, somebody else can say that you can reference this to marijuana as well. Well, a curse and a blessing, right? The American dream. I probably sound crazy as hell, but I'm just trying to just get this out because it's like I've been trying to get. I was trying. Let me pause. I've been trying to make this video for in regards to these the Suit of Cups for a while. I had to get the lore correct, and I had to just meditate on it for a while. And so I think that this might be a good time to do it because I was trying to find one very specific card and I could not find it. And like it's like something telling me that I need to go ahead and just do a reading, give my opinion in regards to what these cards are saying. So it's still recording, right? Okay, so the Five of Cups. And hopefully I don't sound crazy. I'm just trying to get this over with. The Five of Cups. Result of 3. You regrettably lose more hopes, wishes, and dreams than you have, and become so distraught, focus on that emotional loss, that you cannot see what you actually have left. In one case, you can only have hope for God, the hand to give you an extra drink out of nowhere, such as the Four of Cups. And I'm referencing, sorry. It's the next one. In one case, you can hope that God will give you another drink, but however, in another case, you could regret drinking from the cups of hope, wishes, and dreams, and the result not being what you thought it would be. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. You're at a standstill, stuck with depression amidst reality. The Six of Cups. Making do with what you have to fulfill some kind of hope, wish, or dream with your current reality. Anything is better than nothing, right? He fills the cups with other substances or distractions from his wish/dream. So instead of filling it with water or whatever, he fills it with something that's more tangible, earth, like a potting soil. You know, earth is like something that's tangible, real, instead of a dream. And it's producing flowers. See that? However, this is 7. However, this person still has those dreams. They don't go away. 7 of Cups. The emotional person sees a huge impossible dream and begins to desire that of the dream. He has to have it. So, in reference to the 7 Cups of this one, you have a vision that's so vivid and so miraculous. You're like, I have to have that. Something that's impossible, but I have to have it. And I'm thinking about, is that here? The iPhone. This is not supposed to exist. Yet because of somebody's dream, it exists. You have to mix the two. You have to mix earth and air and water to make something manifest. Anyway, that's sounds crazy. But anyway, am I okay? So back to this card, the 8 of Cups. Because of this dream, the person sets off and begins searching and trying to attain the hope/wish dream. But it is possibly unattainable. But a dream is a dream. Just like somebody coming to the United States hoping for a better life. And when there is nothing there except water, hills, and mountains, there is nothing new under the sun or moon. However, that is not the end of the story. He endlessly searches for this dream. He travels. And so it's like people come to the United States. Now, does this card... Okay, it's not there yet. So, he travels searching for this dream, trying to attain this dream. It's probably unattainable, and it's not attainable. However, anyone can sell you a dream. This is a merchant. The 9 of Cups is of a merchant who is always willing. And this is the card that I think of when I think of Donald Trump. He's the merchant, but anyway. Oh my goodness. Long video. I hope I won't be out of storage when I'm done with this. But this card is that of a merchant. He is always willing to sell you something. Even a dream, a hope, a wish, a medicine, a poison. Selling lies. Diddy, Trump, TV star, celebrity. So let me say it back over. The 9 of Cups is of a merchant who is always willing to sell you something. Even a dream, a hope, a wish, medicine, poison, selling lies. Diddy, Trump, TV stars, celebrities, a merchant is always there. Everything has a price. But what is the cost and what is of its value, of its real value? Yet what the merchant sells you could mean / be everything to you, but also be nothing at the same time. Just a false hope, a lie, a non-tangible dream, empty unfulfilled wishes, medicines that are also addictive poisons. And being that he is a merchant, he will make it so that you will always have to come back for more. That is just what he is and does. Sells you empty hopes and promises of things that do not exist. Not in this reality, just lies. However, this same merchant is seen in a card, the 6 of Pentacles. He fairly gives / distributes to the people who need the money he made from the selling of dreams. Taxation. So I'm gonna show the card to you real quick. This is another suit of the tarot. Jesus. So the same merchant. Jesus Christ. Let me see if I can. This same merchant. He takes the money that he gets from the selling of the dreams, and he distributes it to the poor, or he distributes it to people who need it more than the people who are just searching for a dream. And understand that this is the 6 of Pentacles, right? The 6 of Pentacles. Well, the five Pentacle leads to the 6 of Pentacles, and so So the Five of Pentacles deals with people who just have nothing, and they're beggars. They need something, and so pretty much this merchant is selling dreams to give to these people, these beggars. So take from that what you will. I'll probably sound crazy as hell. I'm tired. I've been trying to make this video for the longest, and it's like it's. Anyway, so let me finish the lore of this merchant card. So, so the merchant, he fairly distributes to the people who need the money that he made from selling dreams. It's taxation due to the natural imbalance of the world. People who are distracted by dreams and are not focused on the physical have more than what they need to survive. Other people simply dream of tangible sustenance, not impossible dreams that hardly ever come true. In his case, he's making a person's dream / wish come true. Food is a tangible dream. And I'm going to go back to this card right here. The same merchant that's inside the last card is right here. You can see the striped side of his clothes. And if you can't see it, oh Jesus, you can see it right here. See the striped side of his clothes? Oh Jesus, I can't get it out of the light. Same person. Okay. I hope that the lore for this next card is like shorter. Thank God. I don't have to thank God. Okay. So this last card in regards to the Suit of Cups, the Ten of Cups, is the fact that the dream was always in the small things. In your family and children and home, enjoy dancing under a rainbow, hugging your wife / the miracle of God Himself. Focus on the small things. There is nothing new under the sun. Just lies, false hopes, dreams, and wishes, and merchants. Merchants like Diddy, Donald Trump. So I could go to the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, but I don't have the lore written down, and I probably already sound crazy as heck. So anyway, these cards, they actually helped me a lot in regards to understanding a lot of things. I never thought of life in regards to just being just situations that a lot of things you just can't control, and a lot of things are just fate. You can't change it. Just like I was looking at this card right here, the Chariot. Pretty much, this man he's going down a hill, I think, right? He's going away from something that's substantial to let me pause a second, because it's a lot to explain. These cards, it's a lot of lore that goes on with that, and then a lot of lore that goes on with the astrology too. So let me pause for a second. But in short, in regards to this card here, it means that a lot of things are fated. You're just along for the ride. You see this at the top of here. There's a lot of hidden secrets inside of that's shown inside this card that you can't, if you don't know any occult signs like that, you won't be able to tell. It's like the Sphinx is right there, they mean something. But this shroud of stars, that's like the stars in the sky, right? It means that everything's fated. A lot of things are fated, and you're just going along for the ride. And the only way that you can change it is through your capabilities. So it's a lot to explain. I'm sorry. I'm tired. So I think am I done with the card readings? I want to say this for later on. So I think I want to end this video talking about pretty much my the things that have happened to me in regards to how my chart and Donald Trump's chart differs. So I already said that Donald Trump, he was forced to climb to the top and be at the top because he didn't have a choice. Either he would quit and everybody that invested in him would just fail and everything would get destroyed, or he would have to climb to the top and just be at the top and be what he is, Donald Trump. So me, every time I'm just gonna go down a list of like pretty much what's happened with my bosses and me. My first boss, I was working at a truck stop, and so an incident happened where I think Obamacare was introduced, and so he had to pretty much cut our hours because he didn't have, I think he didn't have enough money to have insurance for everybody that worked there, and so he cut my hours all the way down to like 30. Well, no, to like 20 some hours, and so he hired another manager, and pretty much she wanted to hire her daughter in my spot. And so pretty much because I was going to school at the time, and so it was like it was just it would have been easier on that place to just get rid of me, but even though I was a good worker and I did everything I was supposed to do. And so she wrote me up for some random stupid reason, and I said I want to have a meeting with the head boss. We had this meeting, and so the head boss, instead of listening to what I had to say, he basically tried to take the woman's side who was trying to get rid of me. So she wrote me up 3 times out of a row in less than a week. And so what I did was I was like, oh, "You good?" I got a red marker, and I drew a smiley face on the write ups or whatever. And because they cut my hours down to the point where I didn't have any hours, to the point where she couldn't even write me up. Because she was on first shift and I was on the second shift, and like they cut my hours down to I was coming to work at 5 o'clock of the evening and working until like what 10 o'clock. So I only had like 5 hours a day, so I had like 20 hours. And so she didn't have time to even write me up. So she would get my write and put it on my clock in card or whatever, and she said sign it. And so what I did is I got all the write ups. I got to see the write ups. So on the third write up or whatever, I got a red marker, drew a smiley face on it, and on the back I drew a smiley face in the front. Put in where I was supposed to sign my name where I was supposed to sign my name, and I drew an arrow and said, "Look, flip over." And then so I wrote basically why I should not be fired or whatever, but I see that you already wrote me 3 times, so it's automatic termination. And so in the end, because I know it's a lot, and I have to tell this story again because I'm out of breath, I'm out of energy, I'm out of yeah. In the end, they fired me, but pretty much months later, this woman ended up robbing a man, allegedly, reportedly. And so the man thought that I tried to rob him out of revenge. I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to school. I got other shit to do. And so because the man who gave me this ring, he was a manager there, and he saw my potential. Whew. He was like, you fired the wrong one. He said this boy he works. I never missed day. I never missed one day in my life. Oh my god, I cannot talk right. Even on my sick days, I would try to come to work. I never took a vacation. I only missed one day, and that was when I had a migraine that was so bad I couldn't even walk straight. And even on that day, because I didn't take medicines, I didn't take drugs, so I didn't take goody powder. So my aunt, she had gave me a goody powder. She said, try this, and it cleared my headache, and I went to work anyway. I never missed a day of work ever. And so so the man who gave me this ring, he was a manager there too. He was like, you fired a good one. And so in the end, that woman who tried to terminate me, her daughter ended up going to jail or prison. I forgot which one now. And she ended up getting fired because I think apparently she and her daughter stole from the man. And then later on, a year later or two later, the man, the head boss, he had to sell the place because I don't know what happened with that, but he had to sell the place. It went straight to hell, straight to shit. So when you try to fuck me over, shit gets so bad that it's like, but that's not the only time. So another time, the second place where I worked at, this boss or whatever. See, I was working at 2 jobs at this point in time because it was Obamacare was in effect, and these jobs or whatever, they didn't want to give you full time. So I worked at this local store until pretty much I graduated from college, and then I went to go get a job at a job that would actually give me full time hours. So I was working 2 jobs. And so I guess the manager or whatever, she got jealous that I was working 2 jobs or whatever, and so she cut my hours all the way down to nothing. And I was like, okay. Well, months later, that boss or whatever, she ended up getting terminated because she had to go take a test at her college or whatever, and the head boss for some reason came in on a day that she was taking this test, and that they found out and they fired her. Okay, so another incident that happened where I was working at the job that, anyway, I was working at this job. What, anyway, because I can't get my words out right and I'm tired. So this other job that I was working at, Verizon. So I was working, and this man, he tried to write me up. I guess he just didn't like me, and so he wrote me up three times, but the third time I didn't know that he wrote me up. But for some reason, my stats had doubled. I was selling so much stuff, and I was doing so much stuff that my stats doubled to the point where I had double the stats, selling stats, than if you combine everybody's stats inside of the building, it would not equal mine. And so I guess apparently the only thing I can imagine that happened was pretty much the head boss saw that if the manager got rid of me, and see the, oh God, the district manager tried to fire me and my boss tried to fire me. And I think the regional manager saw my stats and was like, no, I'm going to fire y'all too. And so that's what happened. He ended up firing them after they tried to fire me. And see, during each of these periods of time or whatever, I tried to warn these bosses about a certain thing or whatever. Like during my first job or whatever, I was trying to tell this man at his truck stop that, hey, she's the woman's daughter who she tried to replace me with or whatever. I can't talk right. I tried to tell him that she wasn't really doing any work for real. She's up and trying to date this boy or whatever, and they're up just dating and stuff like that. And he was like, "Oh, I trust her more than you." Okay, well, and everything got destroyed. So the other girl, I just tried to I tried to be nice to her. I was like, well, I can't work on this job on these days because I'm going to I'm working at this other place or whatever. And she was like, okay, whatever. And she was like, you know what, I'm tired of this and I'm going to get rid of him. She got rid of me and boom, she got fired or whatever. Months or years later, I forgot. And then so this other place at Verizon, I went to the district manager and tried to tell him that, hey, I did everything right. And he was like, whatever. And so I was trying to have a meeting. He was like, no, I trust this man more than you. And so they tried to fire me, and boom, got destroyed. So the district manager got fired, and my head manager got fired. I'm out of better life now. And then let's see here. A year later, 1 year exactly to the day later, my boss at the same place at Verizon, because they kept me and they fired them. I got 15% left. Pretty much the man fired me because I didn't meet the quota or whatever, and also they had turned him from a manager to a sales manager, so he was stealing my sales. And I told him, if you steal more of my fucking sales, I'm gonna hurt your ass. And so he stole of my sales, and I was like, you know what, that's okay. But anyway, he fired me because I think he was like, you know what, I can make a lot more money with him gone. He fired me. He was fired a month later. So, and then what else? And then also had this other incident with this girl at this other Verizon or whatever, and she filed a false sexual harassment claim on me, and she got rid of me, but they got her and the head manager or whatever, they got fired too. So it's like when I try to warn people about something, it's like it's a warning. I'm trying to tell you that, hey, pay attention. Don't listen. Okay, boom, that's it. So I'm out of better life. Here I am. So I'm gonna call it a day. Bye.